The Galactic Council's announcement echoed through every civilized system in the known universe. The Void Nexus, a region of space where reality itself seemed to unravel, was officially designated as forbidden territory. For 3 millennia, the combined wisdom of 47 species had reached the same conclusion. Some doors should never be opened. Ambassador Zixathera of the Ethereal Collective stood before the assembled delegates, her crystalline form pulsing with urgent energy. "The mathematics are irrefutable," she declared, her voice harmonizing across multiple frequencies. 17. Exploration fleets have vanished. The abyss consumes all who dare approach its boundaries. The Cronin representative, a hulking figure of living stone, rumbled his agreement. "Our greatest warriors cannot pierce its veil. The ancient texts speak of horrors beyond comprehension lurking within." Nods and various forms of assent rippled through the assembly. The decision was unanimous among the 47 species present. The 48th species had yet to respond. Captain Sarah Chen received the transmission while her ship, the Curiosity's Edge, drifted at the edge of human space. She read through the Council's decree twice, then called her crew to the bridge. "So let me get this straight," said Chief Engineer Rodriguez, scratching his beard. "They're telling us we can't go somewhere because it's too dangerous." "That's the gist of it," Sarah replied, pulling up the holographic display of the Void Nexus. The swirling mass of distorted space-time looked like a cosmic wound, beautiful and terrible in equal measure. 17 fleets lost, mused Dr. Kepler, the ship's physicist. "That's actually impressive. What kind of energy readings are we looking at?" Sarah highlighted the relevant data. "Off the charts. The Council's best scientists can't even classify what's happening in there. Space-time curvature that defies their models, energy signatures that shouldn't exist, and apparently something they're calling reality degradation at the boundaries." "Sounds like Tuesday," muttered Pilot Officer Jackson from his station. The bridge fell silent for a moment. Sarah could see the familiar gleam in her crew's eyes, the same look that had driven humanity from cave paintings to quantum mechanics in what the galaxy considered a geological blink of an eye. "Ma'am," Rodriguez said carefully, "are you thinking what I think you're thinking?" Sarah smiled. "I'm thinking the Council made a critical error in their announcement." "Which was?" "They told humans we couldn't go somewhere. The Curiosity's Edge wasn't humanity's largest or most advanced vessel, but it embodied something the other species had lost eons ago: the willingness to try ridiculous things just to see what would happen. While the Galactic Council debated establishing a perimeter around the Void Nexus, humans were already plotting the fastest route there. The conventional approach is clearly suicide, Dr. Kepler explained as the crew gathered around his calculations. But that assumes we're trying to go through the abyss the same way everyone else did. "What's the alternative?" Sarah asked. Kepler grinned. "We don't go through it. We go under it." The physicist manipulated the hologram, revealing the fourth-dimensional topology of the region. "Look at this. Everyone's been treating the Nexus as a two-dimensional barrier in three-dimensional space, but if we account for quantum tunneling on a macro scale, you want a tunnel under an interdimensional horror show?" Rodriguez stared at the display. "That's either brilliant or completely insane." "Por qué no los dos?" Jackson called out. "The math works," Kepler insisted. "We use the ship's quantum drives to create a localized space-time bubble. Instead of entering the abyss, we slip beneath it in folded space. It's like taking a tunnel under a mountain instead of climbing over it." Sarah studied the proposal. By any reasonable standard, it was madness. The energy requirements alone would push their systems beyond safe parameters. If the calculations were wrong by even a fraction of a percent, they'd be torn apart at the subatomic level. "How long until we can implement this?" she asked. "Give me 3 days to modify the quantum matrix," Rodriguez said. "Assuming we're actually doing this crazy thing." "Oh, we're doing it," Sarah confirmed. "The Council said it was impossible to enter the abyss and survive. They never said anything about going around it." 47 species watched in horror as the human vessel approached the Void Nexus. Emergency transmissions flooded subspace. Curiosity's edge. This is Council Fleet Command, came the frantic message. You are ordered to retreat immediately. This is not a negotiation. Copy that command, Sarah replied cheerfully. Thanks for the concern, but we've found a shortcut. There is no shortcut. The mathematics are based on linear thinking, Dr. Kepler interrupted, having patched into the comm system. You're all trying to solve a three-dimensional problem with three-dimensional solutions. Humans excel at thinking outside the box. What box? Demanded the council representative. Exactly, Sarah said. The Curiosity's edge engaged its modified quantum drives. Reality rippled around the ship like water around a stone. For a moment that lasted eternity, the crew existed in a space that wasn't quite space, moving through dimensions that didn't quite exist. Then they were through. On the other side of the void nexus lay something unprecedented, an ancient construct, clearly artificial, pulsing with energy that made their instruments sing. It was beautiful, elegant, and obviously the source of the region's reality distortions. Well, Rodriguez said, staring at the readings, that's not what I expected. Sarah opened a channel to the Galactic Council. Command, this is Curiosity's edge. We've successfully bypassed the void nexus and discovered what appears to be a derelict megastructure of unknown origin. Preliminary scans suggest it's some kind of reality manipulation device, possibly a weapon or terraforming tool from a precursor civilization. The silence that followed lasted 17 seconds. Finally, Ambassador Zix Thara's voice crackled through. How did you? The Abyss should have destroyed you. Ma'am, Sarah replied. Humans have a saying, there's always another way. You just have to be willing to look for it. As the Curiosity's edge began its detailed survey of the ancient construct, Captain Chen reflected on humanity's greatest strength. While other species saw barriers, humans saw puzzles. Where others perceived impossibility, humans found opportunity. The galaxy had spent 3 millennia avoiding the void nexus. It had taken humans 3 days to find a way past it. After all, when someone tells a human they can't do something, the only reasonable response is to ask, what's the shortcut?